It is. Would you have kept going? I would have. Cool. Now, Renee gives us a great example this morning. We were talking with the kids, and they had some pretty marvelous faith heights as well. But today, we're given an example in the gospel text from the disciples who wanted what? What did they ask Jesus for? More faith. They wanted more faith. They wanted Jesus to increase the size of their faith. They wanted it supersized. And Jesus tells them, you don't need more faith. You need to use what you've got. God has given you enough faith for the day, for the troubles or opportunities of joys of the day. You have more than enough. Now, I don't know about for you, but I can honestly confess that sometimes that's really hard for me to see. I want more faith. I want just a smidge more, or a whole ton more, so I can even do a portion of what Jesus wants me to do. Or to even be able to see what God wants me to do. Let me define faith as the ability to do what God wants us to do, or the ability to see where God is at work in the world and be able to go about it, even if we're not sure how things are going to work out. So I'm glad, Renee, that you're able to take a measure of faith and say, you know, this is as much as it is right now, but if you keep on going. All of us are hopeful to be able to have the ability to say that. That we want to be able to take what it is we have and live with what we have. Do the work that God calls us to do each and every day. The poor disciples, you know, they were really pressed upon by Jesus. And so it's not surprising that they would ask for more faith, because Jesus had just said to them something like, you're to love God more than anything. You're to love those that are righteous and those who are wrong-ish all the time. You're to forgive those who wrong you over and over and over again, day after day. Hard stuff. Jesus also then leans in and says, well, you know what? It's going to get harder. Believe it or not, it's going to get harder, because what I want of you, dear folks, is I want you to be able to forgive not just once, but that sense of over and over. If someone does you wrong, let it go. Many of you might have heard and understand that forgiveness is not just about the other person and setting them free. The power, the true power of forgiveness is setting ourselves free. When we forgive someone, when we engage in that process of forgiveness, it's not about forgetting what's been done to us, but it's about setting us free from the expectations that we had. It's setting ourselves free from that grip of anger or frustration, or again, that sense of expectation that grips us and keeps us from building a relationship with the other person or God. We are called to forgive, and Jesus knows that this is difficult. So it's really no wonder that the disciples asked for more faith. More and more faith. Well, I just want to say to you today, and really hope that you are able to really hear the words of the gospel today. Because it's not a hidden message. It's right out there. That you have all the faith you need. You have all the God-given power you need for this day and for each day. We are granted that power in our baptisms. But here's the key. This is what Jesus was saying. That we need to be able to live out that faith. That it can't be necessarily increased unless we work with what we have. And the more we work with what we have, the more it will grow. The more we will see God at work. The more opportunities will come our way. And our faith will continue to expand. Faith is a gift that we cannot earn. We can't achieve it either. All we have to do, though, is open up a little. And God will do the rest. Jesus is saying, you want increased faith? And keep being faithful. Our faith comes through our faithful living. Being faithful is looking for and recognizing, again, where God is at work in the world, and then showing up and partnering with what needs to be done. Faith, Jesus conveys, is not for the brainiacs or the theologians or the clergy type alone. It is for each and every one of us and those who follow the Nike slogan of just do it. As a gift of God, when we show up and take on all the God-given opportunities that are in front of us, such as our daily work, done to the best of our ability, caring for those in need, whether they're people close to us or people we don't even know, protecting the vulnerable, reaching out to the lonely, befriending the friendless, and keeping the world going, contributing to the common good. It's all this ordinary, extraordinary stuff that we do all the time, and taken together and blessed by God becomes all the more extraordinary. Faith is like a muscle, and the more we use that muscle, the stronger it gets. But faith is not only a muscle, it is an adventure. It's putting one foot in front of the other and walking toward a future we don't yet see, but trusting that God is in the fashioning. Faith is heading out the door each day, looking for the opportunities that God is giving us to partner with God and be a co-worker in the world. Faith is imagining various opportunities and challenges that are put in front of us, whether it be solving a problem at work, dealing with some of the horrendous problems of life that come our way, or forgiving someone that wronged us. These are actual opportunities that invite us to grow as disciples and witnesses to God's presence and goodness in the world. This is everyday faith. The extraordinary, ordinary faith that we're invited to practice day in and day out. It's not heroic, but it's essential. We were never meant to be inert, couch potato Christians asking Jesus for a fresh order of faith before we can stir ourselves to follow. In baptism, we've been given a lifetime supply, and it's our job to keep the tank topped off. Faith evaporates when it's idle, and it multiplies the more we use it. And Jesus tells us today we're meant to grow it and show it and share it. Or in other words, we must use it or lose it. So, my dear friends, just do it. Amen.